Hey everybody, I am Porscha Aubrey and this is Chapter 9 of West Nation vs. East Nation, The Awakening. The sun begins to fall once more, except it falls far slower than I. It drifts down, turning the sky a glorious orange as it allows the moon to rule our world once again. Everyone else is talking and joking amongst themselves about stuff that I am unaware about. I calmly open and shut the doors behind me, not fearing the existence of the monsters just yet. It's still too early for them to rise up. Exhaustion and annoyance overrides me, making my patience thin to nearly non-existent. The cat meows upon seeing me, rolling over onto its back to beg for belly scratches. Her fur is even more luscious and beautiful as the sun lowers and the land glows a fiery orange. I make my way over to her, though I don't possess the energy to show a smile or present any sort of kindness because of everything that went on just a few minutes ago. Her fur is soft, but still not enough to make me feel any better. I exhale a breath and slump my way over to bed, just wishing to sleep this feeling away and go back to being happy again. Hey guys, go to sleep, I mumble, climbing in bed. No, Anthony shouts. Fuck off. How about you fuck off, I shout back, seething with my anger and frustration. Though I immediately regret it. I just sound like a salty bitch. Everyone will hate me if I keep this up. I should just put up with it. It's not like anyone will speak up about it anyway. It's not like anyone actually cares if I'm upset or cry my eyes out. Anthony just laughs as the others remain silent or mumble about whatever they're working on. I roll my eyes and sit up in bed, contemplating on what I should do all night since once again, nobody is going to fucking sleep. Maybe I could grow a pear and go mining in the cave or into hell. Though I don't think that will go over well. I'd just end up spending the entire time anxious and jumping at every little thing. Hell, I'm even scared of going into the water because of drowned zombies in the Guardians of the Sea. Those fuckers are petrifying. Hey guys, do you mind if I take a quick nap? Renato suddenly asks, sounding bored. Yeah, sure man, go right ahead. Angel speaks with an upbeat cheer. Sweet, see you guys in a bit. Renato says goodbye and we all do the same. His conscious presence promptly disappears and we all continue on another long and dangerous night. Not being able to sit still, I decide to walk around the house, adventuring and checking out all of the hidden crevices that I may have missed the first time that Cat and Rustler might have missed the first time they were showing me around. As I step behind the walls of chests, the small hallway seems more cramped and denser than I remember. A bit of freezing cold water leaks through a crack, though I have no clue where it came from. There's no water anywhere near this mountain. There's an ocean, but it's on the other side of the village. I climb up the ladder, a bit surprised by the moisture soaking the wood. The portal makes a damning boom once I have reached the floor that it stands in. The swirls continue to spin and mists proceed to drift to the ground, disappearing into the hard stone. Maybe that's where all the water came from, though I sincerely doubt it since the consistencies are completely different. A chill goes down my spine, and the front doors of the house soon open and don't shut behind them, though that action doesn't tell me who it may be, since all the idiots always leave the doors open. Seriously, why do they do that? I have no doubt in my mind that doing that has gone horribly for them multiple times before. For instance, a sizzler may come in and blow your entire house up if you leave the door open. As I head back down the ladder, I'm reminded that it can't possibly be Renato because he's taking a nap. So who the fuck just broke in? My feet hit the hard stone and I turn around to see him. Bryson. He's not wearing any of his armor and his wings are present on his back once more. We lock eyes, silently staring at each other for a moment. Hey, what's up? He asks nonchalantly, and gives me a quick nod. I take my diamond axe off of my back and grip it tightly beside me. He immediately spins on his heels and runs off screaming. Get your ass back here, I shout, following him up the stairs and slicing at the skin on his legs. "The fuck did I do?" he asked, sprinting towards a little balcony encased by glass on the left side of the house. "What didn't you do?" I shout back, stopping just outside the balcony. Just like last time, he cornered himself and decided on his own death instead of just running out of the house and towards freedom. Does he enjoy getting his ass cut up or something? "I don't know," he screeches, crouching down in a corner and holding his hands up in front of him. "Cured a fucking disease? We don't get sick!" I swing my axe around in the air and he flinches. "That's true," Angel laughs. "We can just die and then reawaken." "Is nobody going to try and get this crazy bitch away from me?" he shrieks, watching my bloody axe and partially amused expression of complete terror. "That's it!" I open up the fence that leads into the balcony and swing at him. His blood splatters against the glass and the walls as I continue to attack, pushing him back into the corner of every attempt he makes to escape. His blood stains my clothes. The scent sickens me as he continues to scream, weep, and beg for me to stop. It's not long before he loses his ability to stand, collapsing to the ground. His blood and tears mix, soaking his entire body in his own fluids. The axe becomes heavy in my hands, but I still continue to swing and attack, not relenting as I make him suffer. I'll make him suffer for how pissed off he and the others made me become. I'll send him to an early grave, just like he did with me as he stole my axe. With one final swing, his top half completely severs from his bottom, and his organs pile out like a piñata, dropping all of its candy. Except I won't be indulging in his insides. Instead, I'll be using his blood to make a sword that I'll use to continue to slice him down. I will slay him with his own vital fluid. What did he even do? Angel asked with a mixture of confusion and amusement. Trespassing, I answer without hesitation, watching as his eyes roll to the back of his head and his body sink into the stone. Oh, well then, please proceed. Angel chuckles, giving me the pass to continue killing his brother. What? Bryson asks in a shout. Yeah, that's grounds for death. Anthony joins in on the laughter. Whatever, I'm gonna kill this bitch, he grunts, probably because he grabbed something heavy to try and kick my ass with. I notice something on the ground just before I step out of the balcony. It's a red rose. It's healthy and beautiful, too. Actually, now that I think about it, I remember seeing him going to hand it to me before I started to chase him around. Maybe he was trying to make it up to me and ask for forgiveness? Well then, I guess I certainly fucked up that alliance. I have no doubt in my mind that he definitely won't want to try and get along for a little while. I carefully carry the rose in my hand, standing silently in the center of the house as I stare at the door, waiting for Bryson to return. The chances of me getting his forgiveness are low. Hell, they may even be 0. But I should still try. A sizzler steps by the door, not noticing me inside the house as it gazes around the village, searching for people to blow up. In no time at all, Bryson appears outside of the house, setting the sizzler on fire with his demonic blade, and continuing to slice at it until the horrible beast dies. The sizzler ends up in pieces and descends into the ground as Bryson pours some of the gunpowder into his pockets. Though I wonder why it didn't blow up due to the flames of the blade. I guess that might be because of its rough skin. He bursts through the front doors, weapon pointed and mouth seething with amusement and bloodlust. Hey, I smile, holding the flower carringly in my hands. He pauses for a moment, stunned by the random bit of kindness. Hi. Flower? My voice squeaks as I hold it out to him in an attempt to make a peace offering. He growls and sprints towards me. I attempt to hand him the rose by shoving it into his chest, but his sword is in the lead, and I just barely manage to dodge it before I'm completely bludgeoned by his blade. Some blood drips out from my shoulder, a thick slice allowing the fluids to flow. I wince in pain but continue to try and give him the rose. He doesn't relent as I dodge and weave around the room, putting the flower forward and pulling it back every time he attempts to slice off my arm. His blade lowers, cutting through my legs and nearly destroying my kneecaps. My teeth clench and mouth bends with the pain. I drop to the ground, holding my knees and crying out in agony. The red rose becomes stained with my blood, growing a deeper red, almost like it has been corrupted or tainted. My vision has turned restricted. The only things I seem to see are my axe and Bryson's head. I take hold of the dense hand, doing my best to ignore the slowly regenerating wound as I rise back up to my feet and glare deathly at the idiot in front of me. His sword flies, and my axe easily blocks it, knocking him off balance. I drive my axe forward, penetrating his clothes with the diamond. He shrieks and rushes back to the balcony, hiding in the corner once again. I don't stop outside the gate this time. I follow him in, not even allowing him to have a moment to regenerate. He screams as my axe continues to hit everything around me, cracking the stone in a few of the idiotic boy's bones. Then, with the last of his strength, he breaks the glass next to him and sprints out of the balcony, screaming. I follow him out, patching up the hole behind me with some wood. The night is chilly and the monsters are omnipresent. He circles around and runs back into the house, heading straight for the balcony once again, and shutting the gate behind him. "Why the fuck don't you just run home?" I ask, swinging my axe around profusely. "Because he's a fucking idiot," Rodrigo responds, laughing loudly. "How do you not know that already?" Anthony asks with a judgmental tone, though I know that he's not as serious of trying to put me down this time. Bryson glances back to the windows again, his eyes switching between me and the glass numerous times. I turn my head to the glass, deciding to shut my mind off and just have some fun with messing around. I raise my axe into the sky, noticing Bryson flinching in the corner of my eye. Then, I send my axe flying towards the glass, completely smashing an entire pane in the process. Bryson gasps as I pick up my axe back up, and break another, his gasp growing more astonished with every broken window. "What? What happened?" Anthony asks with confusion. "She broke a window!" Bryson screeches, pointing towards the windows that I've absolutely demolished. "No, I fucking didn't," I lie, furrowing my brow at him. I know with every fiber in my body that the guys will believe me much faster than they'll believe him. "Don't fucking lie, you bitch." I run past the gate, swinging my axe wildly. "I'm not fucking lying," he cries, breaking completely through the stone walls and back into the main room of the house. "You're literally trying to frame me," I shout, digging his grave even deeper. "You better fix that fucking window before Renato finds out." "Bitch, I ain't fixing shit," he cries as I chase him around in a circle. "I'll make you fix it," I yell. He then breaks the loop and runs out of the front doors, returning back to the land engulfed by the night. He screams and yells this entire way out of view, occasionally hitting zombies and spiders out of the way. A wave of cold surrounds me like a scarf as I go to close the front doors. My wounds have completely healed, and the blood has faded entirely from existence. My mouth is dry, and my cravings turns towards chicken. A nice rotisserie that's moist and delicate to the touch. My stomach rumbles loudly, and before I even realize it, my legs rush down to the room full of chests, prepared for another raid, this time with only food in mind. And that is Chapter 9 of West Nation vs. East Nation The Awakening, and next chapter will be Chapter 10.